we did not foresee some of the bugs that popped up with the JavaScript date object and making AJAX calls. And so, at this point we haven't implemented that yet. And so, one cannot always predict the bugs that might occur in the course of developing software. It is important to keep in mind that bugs will pop up. It is important to plan what you think you can realistically get done and then build in a time buffer accordingly, so there's extra time to resolve any bugs that might occur. Just because my internet computing class is complete and this presentation will soon be over does not mean that I am done working on this project. I intend on adding more to the project in the future, as I did during winter break. Right now, I am working on a category pop-up that, when submitted, will appear on the user's timeline view without the page having to be refreshed either. I am also working on the functionality to be able to make the page filter events by assignments by category. When I finish these tasks, I want to eventually get subcategories and milestones working, as well as be able to fill in assignment and milestone circles as they are completed. I also want to make the short-term and long-term time span lengths variable so the user can choose how many months, days, or years they would like to see in each of the views. Right now, the short-term view is fixed at 7 days, and the long-term view is fixed at 7 months. Eventually, I would like to add the ability to import assignments from other electronic calendars, such as Google Calendar, as we had initially planned on doing. I'm looking forward to making further progress on this project. While my site is not live yet, it can be forked on GitHub and run locally on your machine through the following link. Thank you for listening. Questions?
Do we have questions for Jeremy?
Did thinking about the design aspects of this project change the way that you do your own planning? I've struggled to get organized over the years.
Yeah, I think it just really made me, I liked being able to see everything laid out like that, yeah. And so I think, it made me sort of think about different ways I could organize and plan things.
Can you talk a little bit more about the differences between what you used Python for and what you used JavaScript for?
Oh yeah, so Python was used to store a lot of the username and the categories that were used in the timeline. It was also used, so we had a file called routes, and a lot of that had to do with switching between the different pages. A lot of that was handled with Flask, the Python framework. And then JavaScript was HTML was called within the Flask files themselves, and then JavaScript was actually used for making so it was making the pop-up appear, and then when submitting the form, JavaScript, so AJAX, passing the input back to the server and then getting it out of the server.
So I'm kind of interested in that JavaScript library you found for the dates. What was it called again?
Oh, moment.js.
Yeah. I mean, we've struggled with dates for the entire time I have worked in computer science. It really is it's strange that it's such a hard problem. Does that library, do those people who did that, do they have it for other languages too? Or were they strictly trying to, focus on the worst case scenario, probably JavaScript?
Yeah, I'm actually not sure. I think they were specifically focusing on JavaScript, but I'm sure there's other things out there, similar libraries like that for other languages.
And then to follow up on that, when you get a date from your database, what was your underlying database?
Oh, Flask SQL Alchemy.
Right. So what was the formats that you could both insert and get the dates back out in? Were they just what you showed there on your example from the moments thing? Or?
Yeah, I believe I think we were able to just pass them in as strings, from what I remember. Yeah.
And one more.
Oh, yeah.
Do you envision being able to use times along with the dates in some way with your tool? Have you thought about that?
We had not, but that would be cool. I think we were thinking about just more of sort of like day-to-day and long-term planning.
Yeah, do you know if moment.js supports that type
Oh
of?
yeah, definitely. It has moment.js for time too.
Any other questions?
Maybe, I don't know, I'm not into computer science, so what I may be saying is insane, but could there be a way in order to set it up to where it would send you maybe an email alert for an upcoming due date?
Yeah, that's definitely something.
So that might be an interesting feature to have. Maybe, you forget to check your timeline today, and then you get an email saying like, oh, well, you gotta sign the due tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that would be a great feature to add, definitely.
All manner of features can be added.
Yes. Yes.
Well, let's thank Jeremy again.